Hi, my name is Aeolus, aka your favorite atheist, and I'm here with the Godless Engineer.
What up, people? I'm the Godless Engineer, just like he said. You can go and find me on YouTube, Godless Engineer. I am putting out content every single day, so go over there, see what I'm doing that day.
Yeah, he's a motherfucker that puts videos out like every couple hours. I can't even keep up.
Yeah.
So anyway, don't forget to check out Reason, which is also hosted on the Godless Engineers channel, youtube.com/godlessengineer. Reason is a small coalition of atheist activists that seeks to improve the world through evidence, or presenting it at least, logic and reason. And you know, we like to also promote science. We have a Hypocrite of the Week on our show, which is every other Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. I think I've got it down now. Every other Sunday night at 9 p.m. Eastern on the Godless Engineers channel. But now that we got that out the way, we can move on to the 5 dumbass comments of the week. Woo!
All right. This first one that we got up.
Whoa! Before we get started, I gotta get right, because I got a feeling it's gonna. Well, it's always pretty bad. So I got some 100 proof smearing off here, so we're gonna get right. Whoop! Yes, ready to slay, motherfuckers. I also got some crank. I'm gonna make a mixed drink while you read that first comment.
All right. Here we go. Josh Lucio. It is by atheists' very own disbelief in an afterlife that makes atheism in and of itself illogical. Okay? So basically, an atheist's own disbelief in an afterlife. Atheists don't have a disbelief in an afterlife because atheists just disbelieve in God. That says nothing about any kind of afterlife. To me, they're
but you can't have an afterlife without God.
Oh yeah, you can't have because there's got to be somebody up there that rules all. Somebody has to be up there in order to create that shit, right? I mean, how else did the world come to be if God didn't fart it out of his little poon hole?
I think there's actually a lot of atheists that do believe in an afterlife. There are some most of the Buddhist sects are atheists by nature. There are a few theistic sects of Buddhism. Theistic sects.
What would that be exactly? Theistic sects. I mean, it's like okay. Listen. As long as we do it through a hole in the sheet, we're okay. All right.
Yeah, you gotta build the blanket wall. You can't actually touch the person. You only can.
Listen. Okay, I'll tell you what theistic sex is.
Wait. Who is this fella that just popped in here?
Oh yeah, sorry. My name is G-Man. And, I kind of stay out on the back 40 of Godless's lot here. He lets me have, like, a shed out back. And I kind of stay out there and I do my godly prayers every day, I just pray to God, like, oh, God, please, oh, God. Oh, God. Okay, but I just want to say that theistic sex is the best sex. Okay, and to be quite honest, and I've researched this. I've went on the internets. I've snuck in when Godless was out at work and doing shit. I went on the internets and researched this. Okay, and theistic sex is really the only kind of sex that you can have, because atheists can't have sex, at least not by any kind of real standards. I mean, I guess
I'm a virgin then.
Hell yeah, you're a virgin. So, you know what? Just go ahead, believe in God, and then you can get a nut off into some kind of penis cum receptacle, commonly called a woman, okay? I don't know what's funny about this shit right now. I mean, everybody has to have their own little cum receptacle. Sometimes you call them wife, sometimes you call them girlfriend, sometimes you just call them the corner street hooker. Who knows? I mean, as long as you're putting your sin somewhere, and that's what cum is, that's your sin, as long as you're putting it somewhere that is an acceptable receptacle. That's actually kind of a hard little bit to say there, being Southern and shit. As long as you're putting it where it needs to be, you're fine. So I'm going to let Godless just come back, and I just wanted to insert that, insert that in there like a big, thick, delicious cock, okay?
A big, thick, veiny one. Anyway,
I was gonna say, I hate that motherfucker.
I was gonna say that. Okay, so first of all, as we mentioned, there are theistic sects to Buddhism, but there are a lot of atheists that do believe in afterlife. Being an atheist only means you don't believe in a god. I know a lot of atheists that believe in spirits and ghosts and all this other crazy shit. Now, the disbelief in an afterlife is something different entirely. But the disbelief in an afterlife is no different than the disbelief in a God to me when it comes to a logical stance. Because until something has been given evidence to show that it's actually a thing or it actually exists, then you shouldn't just accept bullshit. That's how con men get over on you. And I also wanted to point this out because I just now noticed it. I must have already been drunk or something. But did you notice his profile picture?
I'm too ugly for a profile picture. Oh, okay, yeah. I guess maybe he tried to take a picture and it broke the camera. I don't know. In the past few days, I've been told that I'm too fat for a lot of things, so I can only assume this guy must look like that one dude from the Goonies. You know which one I'm talking about?
Yes. Have you ever seen? Never mind. We're getting so sidetracked. Hey, now let's go ahead and say, have you ever seen that show where they got like the 600-pound people? That might be this guy.
You talking about the people that have like professional feeders because they want to attain the title of fattest person in the world?
Is that really a thing?
It is. Like they have people that have what they call feeders because they're too big and fat to actually make the 16 turkey legs a day that they have to eat for breakfast.
Wait. I eat like 16 turkey legs for breakfast.
Wait, you do?
I eat a lot.
Oh, okay,
I eat like 12 meals a day.
No. Okay, see, there's a difference with you. See, you spend about, I'd say probably about, I don't know, what, 14 hours at the gym?
Every day.
Yeah. So, but I mean, just in all seriousness, Michael Phelps, the swimmer, he eats a lot, but it's because he's so active. He gets in the pool, he swims like miles a day. I mean, he swims like a motherfucker, but he needs that energy in order to do all that. But you see, the problem with these people is that they eat and they have people that feed them, and they just they don't do anything. They're not active. And so that's how, by eating that much, they accumulate fat and they just get bigger and bigger.
But see, they want to be like the fattest person in the world. Is that what they want? They're going for like a goal or something?
Well, yeah, I mean, there's not like a big community of these type of people, but I mean, there are a few out there that have, people that feed them food so that they can try to become like the fattest person that they can be.
Listen, man, I can't. You know what? I can't even hate on that. You know why? Because one, I love food, and these motherfuckers are eating almost as much as I do. And number two, like, hey, man, they got a dream. They're living their dream. If they're happy with their life, let a motherfucker live, right? Shit, I ain't gonna hate on it.
No, I'm not trying to seem like I'm hating on it or anything.
No, I'm not saying that. I just want to be clear for the people. Like, I ain't gonna hate on this.
Oh, yeah, no, I feel like I need to be clear about that, too. I'm just saying that there are people out there like that do want to attain that. I mean, I don't think that there's anything wrong with it because, I think for the both of us, we like bodily autonomy. And, I mean, if they want to do that, I mean, who's to tell them that they're wrong for it? I mean, why should it bother me,
But a feeder, though. A feeder.
Yeah.
I need one of those, man. Okay, that would be great.
Okay, now listen, these feeders aren't bikini girls that will just, wait on your hand and foot and feed you a turkey leg. Like you open your mouth and then turkey leg goes in and then just a bone comes out. That's not how it works, Aylis. But I would also like to point out how this is so far off from the original comment that we're talking about.
We both been sipping pretty hard, but let's go ahead and stamp this guy with dumbass of the week for failing to understand simple definitions of atheism and afterlives. Okay, and yeah, you will run across atheists like us who don't believe in an afterlife, and it's not illogical. It's very fucking logical, motherfucker. Because until you provide some evidence for it, it's fucking illogical. Your one comment on the internet does not overturn the entire field of logic and standards for which we have for proving things that exist.
Yeah. All right.
Dumbass of the week.
Sorry, honey.
Don't get your throat slit, G.
I know. All right. You want to take this one?
Yeah, number 2 got Marian. Sadly, the non-religious make the most noise. Case of empty vessels make the most noise. Smiley face. 7 likes.
Okay. Sadly, the non-religious make the most noise. I don't see how we make the most noise. Like, I mean, granted, whenever we do actually make noise, I mean, it does get heard pretty loud, but you know why? Because the religious make it that loud. Like, normally it's pretty, I mean, we don't grandstand or anything with much. I mean, there are some that like the American atheists, they like to put out the billboards, that's kind of loud. But at the same time, I mean, there are hundreds of religious signs everywhere. So I don't see how that's really being all that loud, because they're not everywhere. They're just normally in one place. But I mean, it's when, like the Freedom from Religion Foundation will silently send a letter to a school saying, hey, look, okay, you're fucking up. All right, your coach is on the field. He's praying to Jesus Christ. And that's wrong, and that's wrong because Constitution. Have you read the Constitution? I'm not sure you have.
Yeah, and then they get on the news and like, oh my God, they sent a letter. Those dirty atheists. They said we can't pray on the school field anymore. They want to take the cross off of our water tower. These damn atheists are just out here. They are making the most noise, and it's just like, dude, they did was send you a letter.
Yeah, no, and then you get Ted Cruz that's up there, and he's like, and then you got the people that want to take away our prayer on the football field. Now, I think that's wrong. That's persecution. And then you got Mike Huckabee who goes over there and is like, this is a secular theocracy in action. Okay? That's what this is, a secular theocracy. I know that's what you people want to hear, so I'm giving it to you. Is basically
that doesn't even make any sense at all.
No.
But she makes a point here. Case of empty vessels make the most noise. Now, if I recall recently, it was Joshua Feuerstein who actually made national fucking news complaining about the Starbucks cup. So if we want to talk about who's making the most fucking noise, it's the religious. The religious are making the most noise about their nonsense, as well as things that we tell them, like, hey, listen, you can't pray on the football field, because essentially what you're doing is forcing other students to conform. There may be Muslim students, there may be atheist students, and now they feel like they have to participate in this prayer or they'll face repercussions. And it's fucking Christian, so they will face repercussions. And so it's just like, I don't know, man. Empty vessels make the most noise.
Well, okay, but to say that we're empty vessels, that is really denigrating there. I mean, don't you think? I mean, to say that we're empty because we don't believe in God, I mean, how bullshit is that? I don't feel empty at all. If anything, I feel free. I feel so much better off now that I don't believe in this guy in the sky that's going to convict me of thought crime. I really don't see how we're empty inside. I feel like I'm filling whatever void God left with actual things in my life, like with people, my wife, my son. I'm filling it up with things that actually matter. So I don't see how I'm an empty vessel.
And that's really what life should.
Because you have no soul.
Oh yeah, I have no soul. My bad.
Dun dun dun.
I have no soul, and therefore I can do anything, Alice. I'm just. As soon as I stop believing in God, sociopathy set in. I am now a psychopath too. I enjoy cutting on others. No, I don't. But
back to another more serious note, so I can finish dissecting this dumbass comment.
Yeah.
She says. The funny thing here is she says it's sadly the non-religious. So she's not even talking about atheists. She's just talking about the nuns, which are basically a quarter of the population. You know what? Maybe they are making a lot of noise, but it doesn't mean they're empty vessels. They're just tired of putting up with the bullshit, man. Religion, and I hate when the majority of Christians say this, because we're here in America. It's roughly a Christian background that makes up most of the population, like 70-something%. And they say, well, Christianity is a personal relationship with God. Yeah, motherfucker. Well, do you understand the definition of personal? Keep that bullshit to yourself. Keep it out of the schools. Keep it out of kids' minds. Keep that shit to yourself. You want to put up nativity scenes? You want to do shit like that? Do it on your own property. You cannot put religious symbols in. Oh, no. It's a baby. You
Sorry,
damn heathen, you!
I was listening to you.
The baby.
I was eating my dinner. Sorry. Go. I interrupted. Sorry.
Anyway, keep that bullshit out of government property. Keep that bullshit out of legislation, and keep it out of public schools. You want to fly Christian flags? You want to have nativity scenes? Hey, I'll come to your house. I'll help you set that motherfucker up. Just keep it out of everybody else's space. All right, cool. I will. I'll come to you. I'll help you fucking set up a nativity scene at your house if you want to. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, no, yeah. But did you hear about that guy who's got the zombie baby scene?
Oh, yeah. They lost their minds.
Oh, yeah. They fined him, and they were trying to get it taken down. I think they finally resolved it to where it's not going to be taken down anymore, but...
Hey, psst. Empty vessels make the most noise. Dumbass of the week.
All right. You ready for the next one? You ready?
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Boom. Karma City Vet 410.
Charm
City. Sorry. You can call me crazy, but I believe that what most people think God looks like is false. Okay? I believe we were put here by another life form from another world. I know because they took me up into their spinning vessel one night. They probed me in places that I can only describe as pleasurable beyond my wildest dreams. I could be wrong, but it makes more sense than believing in some man-made myth.
Wait, isn't this a man-made myth?
No, it's not a man-made myth, man. This is coming straight from the alien's anus to his mouth, okay?
So he says, you can call me crazy, okay, motherfucker, because you're crazy as fuck. I believe what most people think God looks like is false. Hey, maybe that's fucking true, man. Maybe that is true. Maybe there is a God, and maybe, all these religions have portrayed him in a false manner. But where's that motherfucker? If somebody's out here slandering my name and killing children and beheading motherfuckers, setting people on fire, discriminating, harming people, disowning them, putting them out on the street in my name, and I am omnipotent, I'm going to do some shit about this, man. I'm not just going to sit there and be like, hey, they're discriminating against like 10% of the population in my name. Cool, bro. Oh, they just beheaded 76 children for eating during Ramadan. Yeah.
This right here is not true at all. This guy is in fact crazy. We are not taking people, and we did not create you. This has been a PSA from the Greys in conjunction with the insect and lizard people. Thank you very much. What? Quit. Okay, look, I know I got a southern accent, but listen, okay? My telepathic abilities make it sound. It works through video. It's all technical, okay? You don't have to...
Alien life. Hey, that blows everything out of the water. Maybe this guy was right. we were put here by another life form from another world.
Okay, look, in all seriousness here, doesn't this sound like Scientology? I mean, he's spouting off Scientology, and then he says believing in some man-made myth. Scientology is a goddamn pyramid scheme. How's that not man-made?
Yo, they do crazy ass shit too. Like they basically induce hallucinations and things like that to get you like on a spiritual plane. So like staring into someone's eyes for 3 hours, you're gonna start hallucinating. Okay, your brain is not really designed. Okay, that's kind of anthropomorphizing the brain or implying that there is a designer, but your brain evolution did not give your brain the ability to sit there and engage in that type of behavior. So yeah, shit like that happens, and it does induce like spiritual states. But to get back on topic with this guy, I can't remember what it's called. Is it panspermia, where it's like a hypothesis that maybe life came from somewhere else?
Well, yeah, but with panspermia, what it is, it's not so much like it's not like you're gonna get some guy like, hold on. It's not like you're gonna get some guy that's like, hey now, okay, listen, I know what happened, okay? All these alien spaceships, they flew by the Earth and they seeded us. They put their little pods down here and we just grew like weeds. I mean, that's not what it is exactly. Like, I mean,
Wait. I thought panspermia was where you get like a really sexy ass frying pan, you butter it up real good with the cooking spray, and you lay that pipe on there real good until you come.
Well, okay, look, okay, if we're going that route, I think it would be you jizzing in the pan, and then it's like you're doing a cooking show, and then you have the guy from that one Iron Chef thing come in and be like, "What the fuck is this?"
You're like, panspermia, bitch. Winner, ding 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 ding, winner, chicken dinner.
Well, you know, see, that's when you're like, oh, well, I don't know, it's and you throw it in his face, and you know, hot cum in his face. I'm sure that's not gonna feel great. But no, panspermia would more likely be like a meteorite or something was thrown from another solar system or something like that and had microbes on it, and those microbes they landed on the Earth, and they landed on a certain part of the Earth where life could form and thrive and whatnot. So I mean, that's kind of a more realistic version of panspermia.
Yeah, I mean, and then they've got, like, you know, there's actually some life forms that can survive for long periods of time out in space, like the water bears. I don't remember the technical name for them, but... Oh,
the tardigrades?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. They look like some vicious fucking creatures, too. There's no way I'd want to blow them up to, like, the size of a dog. Because, I mean, I swear to God, I would shit my pants if I came home and that thing was, like, woofing at me. I'd be like, what the fuck is that?
Well, there is one thing I have to agree with this guy, okay? We have evidence that some life forms can exist out in space. Now, he's going out on a limb here saying it was put here by another life form. And that's one of the things that always bothers me. Like, people will have this psychological desire, we all do, to ascribe intent to things. So, you know, life arrived on Earth. There must have been intent, so someone must have done it. But that's not necessarily true. The universe gives no fucks, man. Okay? The universe does what it do. People don't think the universe be like it is, but it do, though. That's the black science, man.
Now, hold on before you get all racist and shit, okay?
I actually think that it's more likely to me that perhaps life did arrive here randomly from some comet from another solar system, more so than a god did it, which has not been proved in like the last 4,000 years, motherfucker.
Well, I have to say that the panspermia idea probably has a lot more credence since that guy with the shirt landed the thing on the meteor. I forget the meteor's name, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yep, yeah. The one who got slayed by the feminists.
Oh yeah. Since then, because you know what they actually found out was they found some I want to say some particles that were on the surface of it, and you know, I think panspermia has a little bit more credence than it once did. I think that it definitely could have come from somewhere else, and that's entirely plausible. I also think that it's entirely plausible that, you know, self-replicating proteins and whatnot over time eventually developed into single-celled organisms, and then, you know, life just took off from there. Because I mean, some of the simplest organisms out there are very basic organic proteins and whatnot, and we've shown how those can form on their own. So I think that there's several ways that it could have started forming on its own, and a lot of them have so much more credence than God went abracadabra. I mean, I really can't believe it when a theist expects me to believe that God went abracadabra and poofed everything into existence. Now, don't eat this apple.
Yeah, it's just kind of insane, but like you said, you know, there's a little more credence to these type of things because they're actually backed up by things that we know. You know, they landed on that comet, they found like some form of particles or whatever you said. Like, we found the tardigrades or the water bears, and we know that it's possible for some organisms to exist in space. We've never found anything about, as far as I know, about the existence of aliens or some other life form sending life here. We've never found out anything about any gods at all. So automatically those things become like vampires and werewolves to us. Which is the same, because some people probably believe in vampires and werewolves, so.
Yeah. Well.
The ignorance of you.
So some people do believe in werewolves and shit, and I gotta tell you, we beam those things right into their heads every goddamn night too. I mean, you think they're crazy, but hell, we want them to seem crazy. That way, whenever they spout off our anal probes, they're not gonna be believed by anybody.
I'm with Neil deGrasse Tyson on this, man. If an alien race comes all the way across space, transcends and travels beyond their own fucking galaxy just to come to ours, and they fucking crash land, and they can't even make contact with us, or they have to hide themselves, it's probably not an alien race that I want to meet.
Yeah. I wouldn't either. But
dumbass of the week. Can I stamp him?
Yes, do it. All right. All right, it's your turn to take this one there, Aylish. You ready?
Let's do it. Oh, this one comes from Nick. Atheism indoctrinated in public schools. Christian parents. This is what Christian parents say. Just remember enough to pass their stupid tests and forget that crap. Donated Bible hidden from view in a hotel guest room, completely ignored by atheists for pretty much forever. One atheist. Outrage!
I would love to know who actually ignores those Bibles, like in your nightstand. Everybody that I know immediately checks to be like, "Do the Gideons come by? Oh, the Gideons came by. They came all over this place." You know,
Bible I can read while I totally stay in my hotel room instead of doing things that I should be doing while I'm in a strange town.
Yeah. So I don't know anybody that ignores the Bible. I mean, because I'm assuming that he thinks that atheists just ignore the Bible and we don't read the Bible, because why would we read the Bible? We don't believe in God.
I want to disagree with that, because I think that everyone ignores that Bible in there. I was a Christian for most of my life. And I stayed in hotels. I never fucking once opened that Bible up. I didn't even open the drawer.
Oh, really? I always looked for the Bible because like I would always go through the drawers and where to put things, and I'd open it up, no Bible. There has been a couple times when there hasn't been a Bible, but that's when I stayed in Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates, and then when I stayed in Japan. Neither of those places had a Bible in it. So,
well, that doesn't surprise me, but.
Well, no.
Are we gonna be outraged about a Bible hidden from view in a hotel guest room? No, absolutely fucking not. If that hotel is a privately owned company, a corporation, whatever, and they want to allow these people to put Bibles in there, so fucking what, man? But I'm pretty sure that the outrage was, I can't remember what it was. Was it a military base that was having these Bibles?
Yeah, I was trying to place what this could have been over, but there's no way anybody would have had a problem with it being a private business and whatnot putting out a Bible. I mean, it's not like they were denying service to non-Christians or something like that. It would have had to have been like a hotel, because like on military bases and whatnot, they do have like military hotels and whatnot. So I mean, I'm wondering what kind of hotel it was at. I mean, it's obviously not just some kind of generic hotel. There's going to be some specific shit behind it.
Right. It was some government. I can't really remember. I remember the story. But it was like basically, anytime the government is involved, you cannot promote or endorse a religion. If you do, I'm totally cool with it if you want to do it, under one circumstance. You must promote all religions equally and all beliefs fairly in the same manner. So you want to put a Bible in there? Well, guess what, motherfucker? Bhagavad Gita and Quran need to go in there. Fucking, I don't know. People believe in Star Wars. They think that needs to be in there. The flying spaghetti monster. I guess you better put a plate of fucking spaghetti in that drawer. Do you really want to do that? No. So just fucking chill with the bullshit and stop trying to force everyone to have a Bible, okay? If we want a Bible, we'll go buy a Bible. It's supposedly the most bought book in the entire world. If that's the case, we'll really go buy one if we want one, okay? I have several up here behind me, so... if we want, I'm an atheist. If we want one, we're gonna fucking buy one.
Well, okay, and I would kind of like to read the Christian Parents real quick in my own special way. now, kids, just remember enough to pass their stupid little tests, and then you can just forget all that crap like math and science and shit. Okay. You're never going to use any of that math and science out in the real world, all right? What are you going to use? Jesus, that's right. You're going to pray all of your shit away, and you're just going to use Jesus for the answer of all. The answer to everything in life, universe, it's not 42, son. You know what it is? It's Jesus. He is the answer.
Oh, Jesus.
But I like how, to start off with, Nick says, atheism indoctrinated in public schools. First of all, atheism is not indoctrinated in public schools. Atheism is not brought up. If what you mean by atheism, you mean secular? Secularism is still not indoctrinated. We just don't bring up fucking God. I mean, God is just not inserted where he doesn't need to be. God has not raped our public school system, at least most of our public school system. We generally, when God does rear his ugly little penis head in there, we typically try to stop him. And you know, we try to prevent him from raping that particular part of our public school system again.
I just think it's funny how they think that that atheism is indoctrinated, when the truth of the matter is that everyone is born a fucking atheist because you have no active belief in a God. And I mean, this is basically proven when you think about feral children, for example, who have never had any societal interactions. You know, some of these fucking kids were raised by wolves and shit. And what do? You see the same thing that you see out in nature. You don't see animals building temples and worshiping, do you, motherfucker? No, because that's how real life works. That's how nature works. That's what's natural. What's natural is to, hey, let's not worry about death. Let's worry about life, okay? We're going to try our best to survive, but life is what we want, and it's much preferable to death. Why is that? That wouldn't be the case if there was an afterlife or a God. You'd be fucking excited as shit, right? Gee, I got cancer. Yeah, motherfucker, I got cancer. I'm going home to Jesus.
Well,
that's not what you see. Motherfuckers get cancer like, oh, Jesus, why did you curse me?
Well, you know, I can just imagine it. You know, it's like, ooh, I got the C ticket to heaven. What's that? The express ticket? No, it's the cancer ticket. God's gonna make me suffer like shit beforehand, but hell, you know, if you think about it, I get to heaven and woo, there's not gonna be any more of that.
Suddenly everything becomes great.
Well,
AIDS, famine, disease.
You know, this kind of leads into another area of how a lot of Christians like to say that atheists have nothing to live for because we don't believe in God. I would like to propose the idea that Christians or religious people seem to have nothing to live for. I mean, if you have this eternity afterwards in this perfect paradise, why would you want to stave that off any longer? Like, why would you want to prevent yourself from experiencing that any longer, you know? I don't understand. Like, if you're saying that I don't have anything to live for, I mean, what do you have to live for? It seems like you have something to die for, doesn't it?
That's the thing. They have nothing to live for. Their life really begins after they die. For us, life is all we have. And so we don't have... We have everything to live for and nothing to die for, because we understand that once you're gone, you're fucking gone, man. Yeah, sure, your atoms are going to spread out into space. You know, you're going to contribute to life greatly here on Earth. You know, you may become oxygen molecules, H2O, people may drink you. You may go on to form a radiant and lustrous star, okay? But life as you know it with consciousness is over. And what that does, that temporary limitation on life and consciousness gives it so much more value, because you know that everything that you're experiencing right now, spending time with your family, having fun, hanging out with your friends, this shit is really, this is it. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to happen again. You don't get to do this forever. If you did get to do it forever, if you were just hanging out in heaven with God, okay, eventually you're going to get bored, motherfucker. Okay? Unless your mind has been changed and altered. Once you do everything there is to do and see everything there is to see, your ass is going to get bored. How do I know this? Motherfuckers get bored on Sunday in church and ain't even been in there for an hour yet. You expect me to believe that you motherfuckers want to do that for an eternity? You want to do church for an eternity? Get the fuck out of here. All the Christians I know were so excited when church was over. Yeah, I get to go eat. Guess what, motherfucker? You go to heaven, there's no eating. There's no fucking sex. Read your Bible. It's the most gruesome and horrific thing ever.
Well, yeah, as far as I can recall, in the Christian heaven, I mean, you're pretty much like a mindless robot who just serves God, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll stay over here and do, you know, my own stuff.
Hey, let's go to hell, because at least if we go to hell, we get to retain our minds, right? Dumbass
Exactly.
of the week.
Boom. All right. Let's see.
Can't believe 7 people like that.
Yeah. All right. Sea Monkey. Sea Monkey here says, I'm an agnostic, and let me tell you, I fucking hate atheists. They're more pushy than religious people. They're fucking annoying. What really pisses me off is they act like they're smart because they don't believe in mythology. Welcome to Thinking 101, you fucking retards.
All right, let me address his first sentence before he even gets to the comma. I'm agnostic. Wow, motherfucker, what is that? The most pointless announcement ever. Everyone is an agnostic, okay? The only way that you cannot be an agnostic, which basically means to know. A Gnostic is to know. An agnostic is you don't know. The only way that you can be anything other than an agnostic is if you know that a God exists. In order to know that a God exists, you must have evidence. You have no evidence. No one has any fucking evidence. Therefore, everyone is an agnostic. This is a pointless announcement, and it needs to be made clear, because some people are, do you believe in a God? Oh, I'm agnostic. That basically means you don't know for sure. No one knows for sure. What do you think about that? That really pisses me off. I hate that shit.
Well, yeah, I don't like it either, because it's a misuse of the term, because to me at least, agnostic, and from what I gather you saying, you know, agnostic deals with what you know, but a lot of people like to use it for what you know and what you believe. But that's really mixing the terms up right there, because I bet you that if he doesn't say that, yes, I believe in God. I mean, if you can't say, yes, I believe in God, then you are by definition an atheist. At least that's how I see it. I see it as kind of like a black and white question. I mean, it's either you are an atheist or you're a theist. If you can't say, yes, I believe in God, then you're an atheist. But a lot of people want to be put in this middle camp of pure agnostic, where apparently you don't know what you believe. You don't know if you believe in God, and you don't know if you don't believe in God, which is kind of confusing to me.
Well, I also think he says, and let me tell you, I fucking hate atheists. They're more pushy than religious people, and they're fucking annoying. Okay, this is such bullshit, because I know so many atheists who don't say anything at all. They're just living their fucking day-to-day lives like most theists. Most theists are like this too. They're not out here bashing on atheists like, you motherfuckers gotta believe in a God. No, they're just living their day-to-day life. They believe in a God. A lot of atheists are living their day-to-day life. They don't believe in a God. The people that you are defining here as more pushy and annoying is motherfuckers like me in GE, okay? Because we ain't taking no shit, and we're not going to sit by idly while you allow your religious views to be legislated and pushed and forced and coerced onto other people. We're gonna call bullshit on that, and if you think that's fucking annoying, then so fucking what, motherfucker?
Yeah, you know, I think that it's a real myopic view to say that, you know, we're more pushy than religious people just because we speak out against it. We find problems where it doesn't necessarily concern us, but it concerns a group of people that we support or identify with. So I don't see how that's a bad thing, to have empathy for your fellow man. I mean, that's how societies arose. That's how we survive. Well, I mean, we are, you know, we are social creatures. So it makes sense that, you know, a good majority of us would have that empathy drive. That we would have that drive in us to go outside of ourselves and try to help others, even when it doesn't directly benefit us, but it does benefit us in that it creates a cohesive society.
I would agree with that. I'd also like to address the fact that, okay, so in my neighborhood, let's just go with the personal anecdote here. In my neighborhood, there are a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses, and they actually go through the neighborhood on Sunday to see who's not in church, to see if your fucking vehicle is in home. And you know what they fucking do? They come and fucking knock on the door, okay? I don't understand what can be more pushy than that. Coming to my door telling me that they want to have a talk with me about Jesus. I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, what would you like to know? That is pushy as fuck. I've never knocked on anyone's door. The shit that we do, you gotta go find us, okay? We're not on Facebook. We're not on Twitter. We're not out here in real life pushing our views on other people. We're simply trying to educate people on the internet. You have a choice in the matter. You get to decide whether you come to our channel and watch these videos or not. You don't get to decide when these motherfuckers come to your door at 8 a.m. on a Sunday asking you to go to church, okay?
You know, a lot of people like to push the narrative of, you know, like, what would atheists do if they went door to door, you know, advocating atheists. Like, I have this pamphlet full of nothing. I don't know if you've heard of that, but there are some religious people that joke like that, right? But no, I think that it'd be more or less like, knock, knock, knock. Hello. Oh, I'm an atheist. Here's my Facebook page. Will you go like it?
Actually, you know what I would do?
What?
This is probably what I would, if I was pushy and I was gonna fucking go door to door and do some shit, I wouldn't be promoting atheism, because atheism is just the lack of a belief in a God. I'd probably be promoting like humanism or secularism, and if I did go door to door, I would tell people why the separation of church and states benefits everyone. It doesn't just benefit us. It benefits the religious more than it benefits us. And yet we still stand up for that shit. We still want there to be a separation between church and state. And who is benefiting the most? Like I said, it's the religious. It's not us that benefit from that. You motherfuckers are the one that don't have to pay taxes, okay? You motherfuckers are the one that gets all these benefits from society. You get all of these, like, I can't even do it, man. I mean, the separation of church and state. Can you imagine what would happen if the government got involved in religion? The government fucks up everything, man. Do you really want the government fucking up your religion? No, well, just keep that shit to yourself.
Well, now, look, if some of the religious candidates now would have their way, I mean, they would outlaw marriage equality, they would outlaw homosexuality, and they would make it something that's punishable by death. And I'm not even saying that as in a facetious way. These are serious stances that these people have. It's scary because some of these people, like, you know, like Ted Cruz and who's that other fucker, Rubio. I mean, these are people that are in serious position to actually take. Well, maybe not Rubio. Rubio's kind of like that. He's kind of like that kid that you let go in the race just to think that he's winning. He's not really in the race. He's just going along, and he's like, I'm winning, and you feel. I mean, he feels special. I mean, that's really what Rubio is.
It really makes you wonder. Like, it's a scary thought if you think about this. But how much the religious right has in common with ISIS? Like, if they ever sit down and was like, hey, you know what? ISIS has a lot of the same fucking values. Guess what? We'd probably be beheading motherfuckers in America. That's a fucking scary-ass thought, man. When you combine their values side by side, you're just like, wow. You really put that into perspective for me. Fucking religious right. I wouldn't put it past Ted Cruz to be the first in line to toss a gay man off of a building.
I really, I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. I mean, they're so bigoted that it just it confounds me how people are really rallying behind them. Like it just seems like they're so wanting to transport us back to like the 1950s, because that's the golden era. That's when we put God in our Constitution, or God in, not our Constitution, but God in our national anthem, and God on our money and everything, because you know what? That makes us a Christian nation right there.
Well, I mean, I guess in addition to that, like, sometimes I draw the line, like how you define a Christian nation. Like if you define the Christian nation as this nation was specifically set up and created to be a Christian nation, then no, it's not a Christian nation. But if you define a Christian nation as Christians have hijacked morality, they've hijacked our society, and basically said that all good things come from Christianity. You know, if you're a good person, you're a Christian. You know, if you open up a business and do things to support the community, you're a Christian. Then in that sense, then yes, it probably seems like a Christian nation to people. Because as a Christian, I thought it was a fucking Christian nation. I thought that shit was obvious until I sat down and really started thinking about things.
Yeah.
So I wanted to address the next part of this guy's comment, which was, what really pisses me off is they act like they're smart because they don't believe in mythology. Okay, look, we're at a point in our world where superstitious beliefs have captivated the majority of the world. So guess what? In a normal situation, if you didn't believe in this bullshit, I would just say you were a normal fucking person. But because the majority of the world has been captivated by religious superstition, then I guess, yes, I'm going to have to fucking say that you're smart if you don't accept that, because it's so obvious that it's bullshit. If you really sat down and think about it, I think that's the thing. People don't really think about their beliefs. If you sat down and thought about it and planned it out, like, all right, if this is what happens, I believe this. All right, I believe this because of this. You would see that most people don't actually believe in mythology.
No, yeah. I think so too, and I mean, I think you're right. It's all encompassing to say that some people do believe in mythology, which is what he's insinuating here. Because it's like saying that it's just being way too inclusive. Because mythology not only ranges from Christian mythology, but I mean, like, it ranges all around. So. But yeah, I guess I'm just saying that I agree with you. But we don't act like we're smart. If we act like we're smart, it's because we've researched the subject and we're knowledgeable on it. It's not that we act like we're smart. It's just because we know the material. We know the shit because we've had to figure it out for ourselves. We've got the experience with it. That's not acting smart. That is actually being smart in a subject.
Well, I actually think he's actually projecting here, because he's saying that we think that we are so smart. But the truth of the matter is, if you really want to know from a psychological standpoint, there is this thing called the Dunning-Kruger effect, which basically is the less you know about a subject, the more you think you know. And so basically you're unskilled and unaware in that subject or that task. And so what that does is people that have not really explored what they believe or thought about what they believe or really sat down and had some philosophical introspection, they may be totally and utterly confident in their beliefs. That's how I was as a Christian, because I never sat down and really thought about this shit. What he's really saying here is that if you doubt, if you have any doubts whatsoever, then suddenly you think that you're smart, and that is really not the case. Because basically the Dunning-Kruger says that the more that you know, the more skeptical you are of that position. You're more likely to accept new information. You're more likely to reevaluate what you thought. about that position.
Yeah.
So I think he's really projecting here. He's projecting because, I mean, I can confirm it myself as a Christian. I had the Bible. I thought, all right, I know all that I need to know, which is a totally arrogant position.
Oh, no, yeah, definitely. Because I know, I actually love the fact that there's still shit that I need, that I don't know. You know, that there's a whole bunch of shit that I don't know. I mean, if we ever reached a point where we knew absolutely everything, do you know how fucking boring that would be? I mean, that would be boring as shit. We're just sitting around like, well, what do we do now? Oh, fuck, I don't know. Maybe we should make some more penis enlargement pills?
I just think that, I don't know, I think that a lot of things have been undermined in our world, right? I mean, somehow I ended up in this parallel universe where instead of science and skepticism, we have religion and ignorance. Okay, can I go back to my universe where by 2015 we totally explored the Milky Way? And and the thing is, we don't think that we're smart. The more information and the more knowledge that you obtain is when you realize how little you know. That's the amazing thing about it. There's so much for you to learn, and people are so comfortable in their ignorance. Then he says, "Welcome to Thinking 101, you stupid fucking retards." I don't even know if I want to comment on that, man.
Well, yeah, I love it because it's like, welcome to Thinking 101, but then he comes back with, you stupid fucking retards, insinuating that we're somehow we're coming into thinking, but we're still not smart. And how is that not coming from a position of you acting like you're smarter than other people? Like, I mean, that just seems like a very arrogant and way to say, hey, you're not smarter than everybody. You're welcome to Thinking 101.
Dude, and that is the arrogance of his position. He thinks that he's introducing us to Thinking 101. It's really the Dunning-Kruger effect. He knows less, so he thinks that he knows more.
Yeah.
And really, the truth is, I mean, let's break the Dunning-Kruger down real quick for anyone who doesn't know what it means. So basically, if you think, the less you know about a subject, the more you think you know. If you think that the world was created in 6 days, then in that position, you're going to think you know every fucking thing. God did it all. God did it all in 6 days, and on the 7th day, he rested. This is the simplest version I can put this in. But if you actually fucking know how shit went down, you know, like the Big Bang happened, how long it took elements to form in the furnaces of stars. If you actually know this shit, this is some concrete thinking. This is thinking with depth, okay? It's not as simple as you think it is when you know all the answers. And you express more doubts because you're like, wow, there's actually so much more to this than God did it. And I really don't know shit. So perhaps I should study.
Yeah. No, I think it's totally myopic to hold those positions. To close yourself off to new information, to me, it just boggles my mind.
And that's why, I mean, I guess before I stamp this guy with Dumbass of the Week, I would encourage anyone watching this to consistently review your positions on things and to reevaluate what you think about everything. I do this every fucking day, man. You know, I wake up in the morning. Okay, this doesn't really happen, but I'm just giving an example. Like, I wake up in the morning. What do I think about religion? I really need to sit here for a minute and remind myself what I think. Do I have the most rational position? Is the position that I hold the most logical? If not, you need to reevaluate that shit. And I think that is the beauty of personal growth, is that you can consistently take what you thought was true, reevaluate it, and if it's not true, then you change it. Opinions don't mean shit, but the facts should change your opinions if you're a rational person.
It should, but a lot of people, they don't. I mean, they take the facts, they wipe their ass with them, and then they're just like, well, here you go, there's your facts. I hope you like them covered in my shit, though.
Covered in shit.
Oh, man. But yes, I do believe we've got enough to stamp this guy with Dumbass of the Week. Do you want to do the honors?
Dumbass of the week. I'm fucking wasted right now.
I know. I'm getting. I need to get to bed too. Those are the 5 dumbass comments of the week. So I hope that you guys will join us on Reason, the religiously educated atheists, theists, and other non-atheists. Wait, did I even say that right? I don't even think I fucking said that right.
No, you didn't. You were drunk before we started. It's Reason, religiously educated atheists, secularists, and other non-theists. And we have a live show on GE's channel every other Sunday night. So join us.
Yes, do that. And we will see you guys next time.
Hey, and may reason forever outweigh religious stupidity. Thanks for watching.